Hey, how's it going? Well, we have made it to day 7 of this 7-day challenge, and I just wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about some lessons learned and some of the concepts I was trying to figure out during this week. And did I actually learn anything? Did you learn anything? I don't know. Anyway, some of these are very specific, some of them are bigger picture, so let's dive into it. First of all, one thing I noticed is that with my Osmo 360, I need to work on where I have it mounted on the Hayabusa to make it less prominent. I noticed that a couple days ago in the video where that camera was like right front and center in front of my face and right in the middle of the field of view. So I'm going to look at getting that relocated. Speaking of the Osmo 360, one thing that I learned about myself is I'm very slow editing that footage. That is something I'm definitely going to have to work on, improving my skill and speeding up my ability to convert that 360 footage into something I can use in the final videos. I had a suggestion during the last 2-3 months. I've been watching a lot of content creators, trying to get ideas for how to improve my own workflow and how to produce videos, better videos. One suggestion was to forego including music in your videos. So did you notice that this past week there's been no music in any of the videos? Well, unless you might have heard it coming through my center. But I didn't add any in post-production or anything like that. And I think that that is something that I will stick with going forward. It definitely sped things up. It was something I was stressed about, trying to find something that sounded right. So goodbye background music and videos. The other thing that I was really focused on working on was DaVinci Resolve. It's new to me this year because I finally have a computer that can run it, but now I'm learning it. And one of the things I wanted to get incorporated into my workflow was using a template that had like all my assets. So when I started a new project, I had everything there, like the little intro clip and graphics and things like that. And I think that I succeeded in getting that all set up and using it, and it made the whole process a lot easier. Every video was the same. I'll say a little bit, one thing that came about during the week was using Canva for doing my thumbnails and kind of learning how to use a template for that so that I was consistent each day. And I think I figured that out. I do have to figure out a new template now for videos going into 2026, but that's another thing. And then the last thing that was kind of particular was figuring out that I can use this webcam to capture footage like this, my talking head, while I'm sitting here at my desk. So that was good to know that I have another tool available to me. Some other things, kind of bigger picture, and why I was doing this video challenge, and maybe it's more insight than lessons learned, but I wanted to get better at taking an idea, putting together an outline, putting together a shot list, getting the shots, getting them into the editing software, and then producing a final video and getting it posted on YouTube. So kind of that entire life of a project. I wanted to work on that, work at getting better at that, and I think I was mostly successful with that this week. I hit all 7 days, got the challenge done. I do worry a little bit about using this when I'm trying to be more creative and using more storytelling as I go forward with videos, but it's a good start. The other thing that I think came out of this week was I really wanted to focus on B-roll, not only how to get it incorporated into my videos, a little bit how to plan it. I used the paradigm of wide, medium, and close-up shots for grabbing that, and all that seemed to work really well. I feel like that's a lesson I was able to learn and actually apply during the week, so that was a good point for me during the week. One thing that I was looking at was trying not to let perfect be the enemy of good. I think that turns into an excuse for procrastination for me when I'm working on videos. I get kind of scared of having to edit them because I feel like I have to get them perfect before I put them out there. So this week was about meeting the deadlines and hitting those marks every day with getting a video out. If it wasn't great, it wasn't great. It's going to go out. So that was something I worked on, and I feel a lot more comfortable with that now. And then also just getting better by doing. You may notice I have these guitars in my background. I try to dabble with guitar some. I'm not great at it. But one thing I do know is when I practice consistently, I can play better. Not great, but better than when I'm not practicing. So this whole 7-day challenge was kind of taking that concept over here to video production and doing the process of producing videos and getting them posted on YouTube as a way to practice that whole process, get more comfortable with it, and just basically improve myself. So hopefully that has happened. So looking forward to 2026. I know I need to work on storytelling and improving the beats of my videos, especially when I'm doing some of these longer trips, because I have a couple projects I really hope to get going during 2026. And I don't want them to fall flat with uninteresting videos. I do want to work on tweaking some of my graphical components in videos. I'm not real happy with them yet, but that's just a personal thing. I'm not going to let that perfection stop me from getting videos out there. And then finally, working on this on-camera speech, trying to get more comfortable with it. I do a lot of public speaking as it is, and I'm comfortable doing it, but I know that that does not always translate well to being on camera, so something I still need to work on. I've had 7 days here of doing it every day. Hopefully that will carry forward in 2026. So thank you for watching, going on this 7-day journey with me. I hope it has been enjoyable for you. If you've liked the videos, I hope you'll hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for the channel. Stick around to see what I have next coming up. If you ride a motorcycle, be safe out there. Keep 2 wheels down, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.